On October of 7th, Hamas made a surprise attack on Israel. Caught unnoticed, Israel was astonished to see Hamas attacking them. 1,300 Israeli were killed and nearly 250 Israeli were taken as prisoner. This is international embarrassment for Israel, as Israeli military is considered one of the best military in the world. And as a result, most of the world sympathize with innocent Israeli civilian being killed. Yet at the same time, most of country and people around the world, except for few, condemn Israeli government and politician for this crisis to happen, which is quite controversial thinking and analysis. So there are more questions than answers in this issue, and there are more uh, confusion than clarity in this entire conflict. The first thing it reminds us of, Gaza border is one of the most militarized and fortified border in the world. How could attack happen despite one of the most secured and technologically advanced border in the world? How could soldiers at the border not notice what Hamas were doing? Moreover, media report also said that Israeli intelligence were aware about Hamas making an attack, possibly. Ironically, Hamas did attack in PUBG style, which is a video game. This is one of the most famous video game in the world. And hence, Israeli government should answer to its civilian, to its normal people, that how could this attack happen like that. Then we have to also see what was happening prior to October of 7th. In Israel, prior to October of 7th, government of Israel through Knesset passed some judicial reforms under the leadership of Prime Minister Netanyahu. These reforms include removal of Bar Council and direct involvement of Knesset in appointing and selecting judges. This reduced the independence of judiciary according to the opposition, democracy activists, LGBTQ groups, freedom groups, business companies, and all other people who saw this as an attack on freedom of speech, democracy, rights, etc. They see it as an end of democratic Israel, and they see that right-wingers, conservative, hardcore have taken over the country overnight. This led to mass protests all across the country, and it led to the almost on the brink of civil war. Already Netanyahu is facing severe criminal charges of corruption. But don't think that only Israel was facing this circus. Palestine was facing a roller coaster ride. Israel was occupying Gaza territory till 2005. Soon as 2005 came, Israeli military withdrawn unilaterally from Gaza as a promise from Oslo Accord. Soon after withdrawal, Palestine held the election in which Hamas won Gaza with 80%. Hamas won so much seat that it became majority party in entire Palestine. This infuriated and scared Fatah party, which is led by current president of Palestine, Mahmoud Abbas. So Abbas blocked Hamas from taking power, and this caused power struggle between Hamas and Fatah. As a result, civil war occurred in 2007 in Gaza, in which all the supporters of Fatah were brutally murdered and tortured and maimed, and Hamas took over control over Gaza militarily and with full force. The moment they took over power, Hamas started launching missiles towards Israel, and they started infiltrating Israeli territory in small scale. This resulted in small scale war between Hamas and Israel in 2009, 2014, 2018 and 2021. These small scale clashes resulted in deaths, and as a result, Hamas also gained support from big global powers. And this is also where the global Cold War is also coming in. United States is openly supporting Israel and China is supporting Hamas. Both are having a clash against each other in this crucial Middle Eastern and North African region, as this is considered as trade route of the world and resources are available there like oil, gas, diamond and others in the countries like Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt. Already Egypt is important for Suez Canal. As a result, Israel is embarrassed and wanted to get its revenge back. They want just action against Hamas. So Netanyahu promised that Hamas will be eliminated for sure and it will be decimated. There will be no Fatahstan, there will be no Hamastan, and possibly Netanyahu is indicating towards complete reoccupation and maybe annexation of Gaza into Israel, just like they already did with the Golan Heights unilaterally, which is condemned by most of countries in the world except for few like United States. As a result, Israel launched invasion into Gaza, and this resulted in bombing of Gaza day and night. As military entered, Gaza was besieged and surrounded, and Gaza is pounded day and night with thousands of Palestinians, both civilians as well as militants are getting killed. It is seemed like the Hamas has been overwhelmed by Israel by this time, and it also looks like that Hamas made no measure to make itself win against Israel in case Israel invades. Hamas only has tunnel networks to protect itself from Israeli war, which is also now collapsing as Israeli are filling water and Hamas soldiers are dying inside those water, are eventually most of Hamas soldiers who don't want to die in water come out of water and become prisoner of war. It is very travesty the situation Gaza is going through. As a result, in the last week of November, there was 1 week truce between Israel and Hamas mediated by Qatar and United States. Unfortunately, both sides agree only to exchange women and children and no men. This is very misandric and very anti-male decision. It seems like the world is going for female only and men aren't human beings. So this is very controversial. It only lasted till 1st of December when ceasefire violated again and war resumed. Now Khan Yunis is also facing the same fate like northern Gaza city. There are and thousands of Palestinians here too are dying like hell. Now mass surrender also have begun, in which thousands of soldiers from Hamas are becoming prisoner and they are being humiliated by Israeli troops. As a result, United Nations has taken a unique and a bizarre stance. The stance is that Israel is responsible for everything happening in Gaza, and United Nations Women's Department is silent on rape of Jewish women and sexual molestation that was possibly happening. And Israel began calling United Nations misogynistic and selective, as they said that they only care about other women but not Jewish women, which is going below belt, this argument. United Nations has shown its failure to not control this situation and not take a side on who is right and who is wrong. As we already see that United Nations Security Council is also divided, in which China is calling for ceasefire, whereas United States is against ceasefire. Hence, no motion and decision could be made. And also, most of Arab country actually are not pro Hamas. We already are seeing that lot of mosque and Sharia council in Middle Eastern country like Iraq, Saudi Arabia are passing fatwa against Hamas. They are saying that Hamas is the reason for killing of Palestinians in Gaza. They have made irresponsible decision. It seems like that there is enmity between Saudis and Muslim Brotherhood, the very institution to which Hamas is tied to. That's why Saudi is showing support towards Palestine but not towards Hamas. This is little complicated position taken by Saudi Arabia and their allies. Now we also have to see that the support for Hamas in Gaza actually have reduced according to the poll conducted by the Palestinian government. Only 37% of Gazans are already opposing Hamas. They are saying that Hamas is cause for the travesty that is happening in Gaza. This reminds me of Germany, who once upon a time used to support Nazis, but when Nazis were defeated like hell, Germans now oppose Nazis a lot. So there is one big lesson we can learn from here. But at the same time, in West Bank, support for Hamas is all-time high, which is big worry for Mahmoud Abbas. Hence, the last thing is, what is the position of India? The position of India is simple. The government of India is that they support Palestine, they support two-state solution, but they don't support terrorism that is caused by Hamas towards Israeli civilians. Indian government openly condemned it. And in United Nations, Indian government still shows support towards Palestine by condemning Israeli settlements in the West Bank. Although the civilians in India is divided in this issue based on religious and ideological lines. Some said that Israel is doing what they should do, and some said that Israel is doing nothing but neo-colonialism exported by the Western country, as Western country wanted to get rid of Jews, particularly Europe, who does not like diversity. So hence, it seems that we despair one peace, but it looks like peace won't come too soon. It seems like that both sides are stubborn for game to be played out. Both sides seems like let game be played out till end and let's see what is the result. Though me personally and peace-loving people are seeing travesty on both sides of the conflict, which we want to avoid. Yes, the criminals who are behind this war should be punished at all cost. Whoever did rape, whoever did torture, whoever did mass killing, whoever did mutilation should be punished in worst way possible. Thank you. So do subscribe to this channel, do like this video, and do comment in this video. If you have some view that you might disagree or agree with us. If you think that I am wrong, you can point, you can give it, you can comment here.